Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm here for a new video to bring you the latest news going on at AC Milan. It was a very important day today as Berlusconi and his holding company Fininvest have finally granted exclusivity to the Chinese investors for Milan's sale. To pretty much sum up the details of this exclusivity, Fininvest and the Chinese investors will have a specific amount of time. Some reports are mentioning that they will have 45 days, whereas Milan Channel has been reporting up until June 15 to finally find an agreement over the sale of a portion of the club. Now, as for the possible financial figures of this deal, reports are mentioning that the Chinese will have to pay 740 million euros for 70% of the club, while the remaining 30% will be sold over the course of the next year. In recent weeks, there was also the mention that during this time of negotiations, the transfer market will be frozen. However, Milan News mentioned today that this will not happen, but rather any big move that does occur will have to be presented and double-checked with the Chinese investors. Finally, the granted exclusivity from Berlusconi and Fininvest has been deemed as non-binding. And what this pretty much means is that Berlusconi could decide to back out of the negotiations at any given time. And as you probably already know, this exclusivity does not guarantee that the deal will actually be finalized between the two parties, but rather what it means is that Berlusconi will only be able to negotiate with these investors in that given period of time that I mentioned before, and no one else. Now, the investors' advisor has also mentioned that they are very optimistic about completing the deal rapidly with Fininvest. So, I guess we're on the right road, guys. Finally, after many days and weeks of possibly announcing this agreement between the two parties for the exclusive rights, it has finally arrived. So, I guess this is just the first step. We all know how the situation with Mr. B went. It was kind of the similar thing where Berlusconi and B had these agreements and then nothing really formulated. So I guess it's once again a good stepping stone. However, nothing has been finalized. Nothing has been declared as a done deal. So until then, I wouldn't get my hopes up way too much after what we experienced with Mr. B. But as I said, it's definitely a good step forward, and we definitely hope that the club gets sold as soon as possible. Moving on, AC Milan has been linked with Barcelona's fullback Adriano, according to Spanish paper AS. Now, the 31-year-old left back has only made 19 appearances in all competitions for Barcelona this season, in which he played about 1,000 minutes overall, scoring 1 goal and adding 2 assists in the process. Also, he's under contract with Barcelona, but due to the lack of playing time that he has been given or granted this season, Barcelona might want to release him if an offer arrives. Lazio is also another team that is interested in the player. He's not the youngest of players, but he's definitely one that has experience playing in such a great club like Barcelona. I think he could give a helping hand to Milan if he does arrive. About him arriving, I'm not quite sure. I think if it's something concrete, it will definitely be formulated over the summer months. Finally, Milan and Inter have also been reported that they are targeting 23-year-old Steaua Bucuresti striker Stanciu. Now, the player scored 14 goals and added 11 assists in all competitions this season. And I've watched a few videos about him because I didn't know anything prior to this report. And I could say that besides his productive statistics, he's a technically gifted player from what I saw. And I saw that he also likes dribbling against his opponents by using lots of tricks and flicks. So an interesting player, definitely a good goals to game ratio, and I'm excited if we actually go for him. I mean, he's still pretty young, 23 years old. But once again, this is just a report coming out of nowhere. So, like Adriano, we'll have to see if something does formulate in the summer months. Once again, he's under contract as well with his club, and it will be up until 2021. So it's still a long time from now, 5 years. So Milan will have to make a pretty interesting offer if they want to get him. And it also appears that Fenerbahce, the Turkish club, will want to sign him before either Milan or Inter go for him. So that wraps up today's news, guys. Lots of news to talk about. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below about the whole situation going on with Berlusconi and the Chinese investors finally having this exclusivity granted to them. And also, I want your opinion on the two players that we've been linked to today. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV to stay updated with everything related to AC Milan on a daily basis, from daily news to match previews, reviews, and much, much more. And this has been Gio signing off from Rossoneri TV. And as always, Forza Milan.